We are live. Hello, everyone. This is Neb, the host of Fight Night. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Sorry for the delays getting up. But we are finally here, and we are here for some 1v1s. Let me tell everyone that they can start. We are going to get. We have to go to. We have to just get some things ready. First, I have to start the tournament on challenge. Is, of course, open to everyone. All right. First, we are going to shuffle the. Then we are going to go to the bracket. Process check-ins. We have 10 players today. Wow, nice. Always good to see that. Should I try to mess with the participant page today? Might as well. Let's try to get this up here. Oh, and I almost doxed my. Okay, there we go. Here are our participants. Here are our matchups. We have 5 players, or sorry, 10 players, which means we will have 5 matches. We have Verunda versus Veracity, Xenia versus V-Boy, Bart Jones versus Victoria, Silent Blade versus Pooh Man, and Blackout versus Ballistic Diplomacy. Those are our first round matchups. We will be finding some of these matches. Let's do. Okay, we have 4 rounds, and we are going to start the tournament. So, let's look at our map pool while we're waiting for players to start the games. Slightly old map pool here. I apologize for that, but doesn't matter. The important thing is we talk about the map. So let's see. We have Isidus Crack, Onyx Cauldron, Ertagata, Eclipsed, Silent Sea, Crystallized Plains, Heartbreak Hill, Titan Duel, Gasbag Grabbins, Misspelled, that's okay, Paradise Lost, Lavender Bender, and Canis River. So those are our maps. Let's see if we have any difference or anything. So let's wait. No, because we haven't told anyone that they can start. My bad, everyone. Map list an easy way to load it. Um. Uh. Map pool. If you want the map pool, I will put the link in Discord. All right. So, you know what? I'm gonna direct everyone. Let me get it. It's always chaotic when we start. The seats are behind the screen. Immersion broken. Wait, the seat. Can y'all stream my game so I can spec cheat? Zeteo, I do too. Acetus is gonna be out, but I feel like you kind of have to have one or the other. I feel you though. I feel your pain. I'm so sick of Acetus. Actually, I'm gonna just say that. I love it. It's a great map. Whoever made it did an amazing job, but I'm sick of it. Dude, Cold Place, CCR. Yeah, Cold Place and CCR kind of over too. Cold Place is good, but um we should find a match though. People are just trying to figure out what's going on. And by the way, if you're playing and watching the stream, do the right thing. Mute it. Oh yeah, yeah. Cold Place or CCR. Actually, that's an interesting comparison. That's a really interesting. I can't say I actually fully understand that. I separate those two maps like very far in my head. We're gonna watch Victoria versus Bart Jones. Figure it out. Otherwise, we'll watch the next players, unless there's a specific player you want to watch. Um, have Verunda versus Veracity. We have Raxel versus Contra. They're not obviously. Pooman versus Silent Blade goes in. Benya versus. Oh, they're starting. We're going in. We're just jumping into Acetus crack. Unfortunately, you know what? This will be our send off. This will be the last time that I ever cast an Acetus. I'm gonna say it. I will never cast another Acetus game after this. Oh no. There we go. Give away my secret settings on for casting. I guess. Should we see the open skill? I guess people like to talk about. It is maximum 30 OS. With the exception being if you signed up earlier. So these Battle started. Are, of course, totally fine. Wow, they're just gonna jump right in. We have Bart Jones start. Let me make sure. Sorry, a little chaotic. Bart Jones is starting Cortex, going 2 mechs, Wind, 1 mechs. You know, recently I've just been a really big fan of 3 mechs solar because it's just fast. You get more metal that way, slightly a little faster to get the 3rd mechs, and ultimately faster to get your lab, even with build. I mean, with wind this high, it does obviously alleviate that, but it's still just a little faster to like 3 mechs solar wind, 3 mechs solar 1. But 3 mechs 4 wind start is totally valid. Both commanders kind of going builds so far. So if you don't know this map, it's a really good map. It really is. You have 4 start spots, so it can technically 5. You do have that 2 mechs in the middle, but you see this played a lot in like 1v1 to 4v4. You have these 4 start spots, meaning that there's a very high density of metal near your base, and then there's also there's these plateaus which are only accessible to air constructor or air units, like, or transports, of course. You also have this plateau, and then bots can cross onto these. And there's this large crack in the middle which is not crossable except by, I guess spiders could technically cross, but I feel like it's incredibly slow. And actually, I don't know if they can cross because of this. I really don't know, but probably. I don't know. It's a cool map, but it's very much, I would call it like a heavily Cortex bot favored map. You can of course see the other labs like Armada bots, Armada vehicles, Legion bots is pretty good on this map, but yeah, it's a map. Anyways, Victoria doing pretty good at balancing her economy, spending resources. Pretty good to see. Army placement is maybe a little, I do this too, but you know, maybe being maybe a little too far forward or not pushing like one or the other, you know. But Bart Jones also is doing a good job, honestly a better job than Victoria at spending his metal, but he is of course overflowing a lot of energy. So he's overflowing like, well, at this point like 200 energy per second, which is crazy. But his micro is looking a little better, and Victoria is gonna AFK a few grunts and lose honestly most of her army. If we look, Bart Jones was, I mean, honestly, like these builds were very mirrored, except Victoria just prioritized expanding on a different side. But a little unfortunate. She does have radar coverage, which is gonna be good. But we'll see if she's able to defend the con on the bottom. Bart Jones is just pushing, so a lot of the aggression is going to be on her side. Victoria does now outnumber though. She's doing mostly a good job of pumping grunts out. She is a little low on energy, which is unfortunate when energy is high. Meanwhile, Bart Jones has a pretty big wind field. Looks to be spending his resources pretty well. Already has a con turret out and is just naked expanding. He's not even really making radar. He has this one radar, but I think it's a pretty big mistake not to make a few more radars, because he doesn't, if we look at his player view, very restricted in what he can. I mean, of course he is I guess making up for it with his army placement, but I just think in general radar is very strong. Of course, foregoing the radar though does mean that he's able to get those metal extractors up just a little bit faster, so something to think about. Meanwhile, we have a little engagement, but Bart is able to get his grunts out before Victoria is able to. Unfortunately, Victoria also doesn't have radar coverage past this side, so she's gonna miss this whole raid, which is a painful loss for sure. Yeah, that's honestly, pushing here is a really good choice. I would have just kept going, because the thing is, his units were so spread out that you can see she got a really good trade there. So that would have been nice to see. But I mean, Victoria is doing a mostly good job of recovering. Losing those grunts is going to be a little unfortunate, losing this expansion. So she is going to be a little behind Bart, but because Bart has chosen to, he's actually not spending his resources fully, but because he's chosen to naked expand, he's going to be very vulnerable right now. Victoria just really needs to get aggressive here. 6 minutes, you're a little past that, but that's usually if you're making grunts at a good pace, that's usually when you have a very substantial amount is around that time. If you're doing what Victoria's doing, which is just pumping grunts out of her lab, like she's spending all of her resources. She is, of course, she had an army value advantage, I think, for a little bit, but she lost it. This is going to be a really good engagement for her, though, if she had taken it, but she backed down. Maybe not the worst decision, given that he's on the other side of the map. We have some D guns from Bart Jones, and he's going to get a pretty good amount of wrecks in the middle. So Bart Jones is doing a good job of getting a lot of land very quickly and getting the mexes, and then unfortunately he is going to be stalling a little bit on energy as wind is low, but he has decided to push in here with incisors and grunts. Oh, Victoria's gonna decide to self-destruct those, which isn't, yeah, not the worst idea. I guess she didn't think she would get value any. She's gonna res this con, but I think it's kind of been a story of arm placement a little bit, and Bart Jones also has that number with incisors where it is so hard to take any engagement when you're playing grunts. I think the answer here would be maybe, I mean, she can't really afford to move her commander because of the power yet, but of course when you have visor balls like that, if you can degun them, that's probably the most efficient way of dealing with it. I mean, you can say that about a lot of things, but visor is just because of that slow turn prone to it. But Victoria is now going to lose more res bots. She's kind of just been getting raided a lot on this side, which is a little unfortunate. Maybe it could have to do with army placement a little bit, but now she's spending her resources. She's honestly still in a spot. No, I guess the pounders coming out really do split. She's just been very behind. I think her options when having this side raided, first is to reinforce it, of course, with units, and then also you can try to expand in the other direction. But I mean, Bart Jones is spending his resources, or not? No. Okay, I thought so. So Bart, he has a big advantage, but he is overflowing quite a bit. Look at it. Oh no, he's just now over. That was a miss judgment on my part. Okay, so we have incisors. moving out with her commander is nice here. I maybe actually wouldn't want. I guess the grunts are there, but she just needs to degun these incisors. If she can degun the incisors, that gives her some value. But then, of course, she is still very behind the commander. Maybe a little stuck. Yeah, she's gonna lose her energy now. That's more painful. These incisors are very hard to deal. I'm gonna call it GG. That's fair. That was a
Battle
painful game
ended.
for her, for sure. All right. So that was a game on a Cetus crack. Let's see what game they're gonna play next. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I think Victoria could have been more aggressive around like 6 minutes. All right, we're just giving some OP tips out. But it looks like they are gonna be in game on Silent Sea. Victoria's gonna go Mex Solar. I would have just gone 3 Mex Solar here. I think that makes a little more sense if you're gonna get 3 Mexes. Because you, by walking, you actually build up enough energy to not stall, which is cool. Nice. Bart Jones is actually, yeah, he's been training really hard. Okay, so Victoria is gonna be opening with that lab. We're gonna keep it secret until it's revealed in case these players are listening. Hopefully they aren't, but you never know. Bart Jones instead going for a bit more of a long-term play then. And what Zateo was saying earlier about CCR and Cold Place, that makes sense. Those are definitely classic maps. No, I'm not streaming with a delay. It's the Apprentice League. It's not like they're playing for money. So like if you cheat, it's kind of just like sad. So I'm not too worried about it. I'd rather be able to interact. No, I'll comment on what they're doing. I was not being serious. Anyways, so Victoria has chosen to go for a much more aggressive play on this map, which like I really like to see, because by opening hovers, she is going to be able to attack the expansions that Bart Jones is thinking are going to be safe. So he's not really going to be protecting any of his constructors. Of course they can protect themselves somewhat, but her hovercraft are coming across the map. They are going to first encounter the amphibious tank, the pincer, or no, garbike. I'm sorry. They're gonna run away. Not a bad idea. No, actually. Dang, the garbikes actually are kind of good. I like them. They have a fast, like, plasma projectile, which is really good. There's not a lot of T1 units that have that. Of course, the pawn has it, but the pawn is, like, very short range, and it's kind of different. More like rapid fire. And he has to defend with these, which, like, I don't know how I feel about that. I love to see the missile hovercraft being used. Got a cool model too. I've never really looked at it, but the missile hovercraft is one of the, I want to say it might be the longest range T1 unit currently in the game. And each missile is just gonna one-shot those mexes, actually. That is an incredible play. I love to see that. Bart Jones can do nothing about it. And the mechs offset is tiny on these maps, so you can't, like, hide them. Or not hide them, but you know what I mean. That's kind of crazy. I love to see that. Slightly shallower, of course. Slightly shallower. Is this a good angle for you? I've exposed myself as a top-down orthographic player. It feels so uncomfortable for me to be at this angle, but that's okay. We have rocket. These, what are they called? The mangonel? What the heck is, what's a mangonel? Mangonel? I've never heard that word in my life. Can someone tell me what that means, please? Victoria can just ignore these amphibious tanks. They can't shoot underwater. Oh, is it like some crazy kind of halberd? Oh, this is a little unfortunate. I would have just, like, targeted what I can. But Victoria is doing a good job of being aggressive over here, although it looks like, oh no, yeah, she's maybe expanding a little slowly just because of the construction hovercraft. But what's the speed? I don't know what the underwater speed of the commander is, but either way, the commander just overall is slower than the mangonel. 30 degrees. Oh, it's a catapult. Okay. Is that a unit in Age of Empires? I'm not in Age of Empires play. Actually, Bar is the first and only RTS I've ever seriously played. When I was 10, around that age, I played StarCraft 2. But I just liked it. I didn't, like, understand it. So Bar is the only RTS I've played. Okay, so it's kind of funny that Bart has been just trying to chase down this mangonel for, like, a good while. But Victoria's just gonna be free to just, like, pick off these metal extractors. And actually, I think at a certain point it's like a lost value because he has to rebuild them so much. Of course, he is gonna get some counterplay. We now have Frigates coming out from Victoria. Yeah, so Bar, well, yeah. It's like an offshoot of it. Definitely inspired by it. Ooh. It looks like. Wait. Sorry. Why is he making bombers instead of a Shuri? That's such a good question. Hmm. Did he finally deguns it? All right. Victoria is also gonna degun or try to degun. I guess the Garpike vastly outruns that. Wow. They actually do slightly more damage than a brute. But Victoria does have ships out. This has definitely just been a brutal match. Bart Jones is not spending his resources, so he does have a big metal produce lead, but he almost, it ends up actually just being about of like 400 metal advantage. And if he's reclaimed any labs, which I don't think he has. Yeah, that dude, the Mangonel and the Halberd, which is the Armada version, are very good. Underutilized. I don't use them, so. But they're good. Like, they really do outrange a lot of stuff, especially on this map. Oh no, don't get it degunned, please. Come on. Okay, Victoria could try to push for the win here. She is going to get the lab down, which is huge. Taking that C lab down brings it even closer to even, as Bart Jones just lost a lot of metal. Oh, he actually just calls GG. He can't take the beat down. I'm sure you don't stun amphib, but that was not an amphib, that was a hovercraft. Not quite the same. Yeah, caved in. At that point, it's a mental game, you know. Wow, Verinda, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. We all appreciate it. I guess now is a good time to talk about the upcoming Legion tournament. Be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. The Legion tournament, the qualifiers are unsubbing to get rid of the ads. The qualifiers are next Saturday, so be ready for that. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. There's that link, and it's so annoying. I'm using the phone app, but I can't moderate from there, so. Oh well. I think I can pin it this way. There we go. Okay, so that's that. Let's see what other games are going on. Gonna pull one up. Fight Night, Blackout versus Ballistic Diplomacy. I hear that was another name for Bar. Kidding. that was not a name. Bar was originally called, or not originally, but Bar came from Balanced Annihilation, which was, I believe, a mod or some a fan-made game based on Total Annihilation. And the creators of Total Annihilation have said some very good things about it. So, all right, Gasbag Grabbins. I like this map. There's a pretty good energy reclaim at the start. Very high metal. You get a lot of metal on this map. In fact, this is not surprising. Both players are actually stalling on metal while producing thugs. So, actually, I'm gonna check the score. Okay, so it's 1 in favor of Ballistic Diplomacy. Oh, yes, thank you. Here we go, Gasbag Grabbins. If we look at both of these players, we can see that they are both stalling on metal. I'm being yelled at in game. Thank you. I appreciate it. DDB was supposed to be here, but that man is probably sleeping because it's like 2 a.m. for Britain. Probably like. It's okay, we'll forgive him. We have Maces versus Maces. You know what I've never thought about is, like, do you think the model impacts the unit at all? Like, do thugs get slightly better spread because their model is a little bit wider? And does that affect them? Probably not. Ballistic Diplomacy is gonna try to push into Maces. I actually really like the Mace model. Kind of cute. Maybe the arms could be. I just hope they don't change it like significantly. They could keep it when they do revamp Armada. I hope they keep the idea of like the mace being like a disc with plasma arms, like a mini fusion disc. Nice. By the way, this is your host, Neb. I put on these Apprentice leagues. If you want to sign up, I'm pretty sure there's some command you can do. Both of these commanders actually, okay, so Blackout has not solved his metal issue. He's at excess 1.5 thousand metal. Meanwhile, Ballistic Diplomacy has figured out his metal excess issue and still excess 800, which is common on this map for sure. I think it's also maybe just a testament to the... I gotta be honest, I don't think that the wind scaling on this map is tuned well enough yet to the metal income, simply because you can't really like there's not a lot of room to scale your winds actually. Now we have some quiet on the map. We're gonna turn it on to TV. And I will be right back. I apologize. So Zeteo's, we're having a discussion in the chat about whether or not this is a wind map, and by pure production, like, wind is clearly better than solar. Just the average wind is very high. Maybe not very high, but the average wind is fairly high, and like maximum 16 is good. But I think the problem arises with build power, and it's just very hard to spend your metal on this map. And when I was talking to Autopilot about it, and the way he plays on this map too, he scales with solar. Just to spend your metal, it literally, like, it's so hard to spend your metal early on that scaling solars ends up, not purely solars obviously, but it's a good metal sink until you can afford more build power or get the geos up. I've been pinged. Who's pinging me? Okay, Veeb had to drop. No worries, Veeb. Thank you for playing. We always appreciate it. And thank you also for telling us. We also really appreciate that. Doing that before the round ends means that we can forfeit you. Someone won't miss out next round, because that will happen if someone doesn't. So thank you for that. So in this match, I think we're seeing Ballistic Diplomacy lose here to the Ball of Tanks and Ball of Thugs. Although this is a very swingy map, because you have to push through the low ground. Oh, and this D-gun is going to be crazy if he gets this. Okay, he gets 5 tanks with the first D-gun. Oh my gosh. More. Oh, but he's going to lose his commander. He wasn't being careful enough. Oh no. Good game. GG. Ends with a commander death. All right. So, who does, I think that ends up going 1-1 or something. Let's check in on our standings. Round 1, we have Verinda losing 0-2 to Veracity. We then have Xenia losing 0-2 to V-Boy, who had to leave the tournament. Boat Jones and Victoria tied. We did catch that game. Cool 2 games. The last game ever that I will ever cast of this. Silent Blade is still going versus Poohman, and Blackout lost versus oh no, Blackout and Ballistic Diplomacy actually tied. That will be entered. A shame this is so late for Europe. It's 3:51 here. That is true. That is why we also have the other time zones on Sundays that we host this, which is in the evening for Europe. It ends up being 7 a.m. for, or no, it's 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Okay. Which is 4 p.m. for Central European or whatever it's called. Yeah, this is, yeah. Is it streamed too? Yes, it is streamed. We have a Legion free-for-all this day at the EU time. If you want to sign up for that, I'll also put the link in the chat. Uh, we're still waiting on this to be updated, unless I just need to refresh my. No. Wait. Do they know it's best of 2? Oh no. I've accidentally lost my mouse. Oops. There we go. It's back. They don't know it's best of 2. So I think they tied that one. So okay, they're tied. So when you play your 2 games, go after you play the 2 games, go watch the other ones. Then we start the next round. Yeah, just so you know. So if you're playing you play your 2 games and then find the whatever games are remaining. We have left. So and also only enter your score at the end. Like wait to enter your score. Okay, so we have Pooh Man versus Deceit. This is an awesome game on Heartbreak Hill, which is a classic map. I think it is a port from another game. Actually, I know that it is.
Battle started.
Yeah. Anyways, catching up to 13 minutes. Okay, so we have grunts and resurrected, a lot of resurrected units. Deceit's commander is being threatened pretty heavily right now. In fact, I don't know if he can survive this. Maybe if he cloaks, but yeah, he doesn't have enough energy. You know, his commander's surviving longer than I thought it would, but it goes down. To update your scene, thank you.
Ended.
Veranda. It is updated. I hope so. I guess we should turn on open. Okay. Pooh Man 2-0. Yeah, I apologize. I forget that in the Apprentice League we get a lot of new players who have never played in Fight Night, and we got some traditions around here. So we do have the score being entered for that game. Let's see if the last game is still running. We have Fight Night. Yeah, there's. We gotta go to the next round.
Battle started.
We get a can. Tilt. Yes. Sorry. Also, hold on. Why is my cursor gone? Whatever. Looks better. So the Blitz are coming in. They get eaten by the contours. So that was a nice little piece of micro there. Good way to save your base from a single unit or two. Reclaim them. The Blitz are gonna get hopefully degunned. Oh no, I guess you know what? That was a good play not to use the degun. Look at that camera tilt. This just feels so unnatural to me. I'm sorry. I'll try to keep it, but my habit is to turn it back. We do a Blitz fighting Blitz. They're gonna move. Blackout doing well. Another map want to see this crack. I honestly should remove this map mid tournament. I'm gonna do that. I'm doing that. I said that this would be the last game of Acetus that we would cast, and it's over. Round is ready. All right. They already were 1-1. Wait, I'm gonna ban Acetus. Hold on. This map is banned. Wait 2 minutes for round 2. Map pool update incoming. Hmm. We're gonna ban Acetus. What map should we replace it with, though? That's the question. That's the ultimate question. Oh no. Oh, here we go. Oh wait, we have the. Oh, we do have the maps here. We're gonna replace Acetus crack with hooked. No more. We've just seen it in literally every single round. uh, how do we are we able to replace it? Um, has anyone made a card for hooked? They have, yes. Beautiful. Okay. We're making the Apprentice League one on the spot. Oops. We'll do this. Hold on. Let's see. We're just waiting on them to find their matches. Okay, this is ridiculous. They're holding up the tournament. Let's let's see. This. We're just waiting on. I guess I have time if I'm gonna whatever. What I can just this. Very nice. Uh. Okay, so the maps we have Certigata. Oh, oh gosh, I shouldn't have done this. Certigata. Oops. Wait, this. Uh. Sorry, I'm cooking here. Lavender bender. Sure. Um. Hooked, of course, is already there. I want to see like Heraplanum. We have gas bag grabbins there. One point per game one. Uh, did we already put Heartbreak Hill in there? Heartbreak. Uh, about. Oh yeah, we need clips. So unprofessional. Eclipsed and then Comet Catcher. I think is still there for some reason. Hmm. Crystallized Plant. A good map. Asset library. Very good. Very strong. Um. Oh, it's possible that maps just haven't. Did I do Lavender Bender? Am I forgetting Onyx? Onyx is such a good map. I love it. Onyx Cauldron is also Vertigata. Already got that one. That's a great map. Silent Sea, beautiful map. Um, and then we have this is gonna be crazy when I reveal it. Paradise Lost, right? Is no one picking this map? That's honestly an atrocity. Where is Blackout? Okay, we'll see. They're trying to find someone. Almost ready. Okay. Um, I'm missing a map. What map am I missing? Oops. We got a Lavender Bender, Gasbag, Heartbreak, Eclipse, Common Catcher, Crystallized Onyx, Silent Sea Paradise, Titan Duel. It's Titan Duel. URST. Oh, Titan Duel doesn't have a. Well, that has a deal with it. Okay, this is great. Uh, Copy as PNG. It's ready. Okay. Wait. Now I have to create new. Okay. How do I get the image if it copies it? Good question for me. There we go. Image option. Wait, actually, how do I do that? Oh wait, I know how to do it. I can just do it like this. Worth having more information on the challenge in the future. That's a good question. Probably. Boom. Now I can save the image. That's such a convoluted way of doing it, but it ain't broke. Don't fix it, right? There we go. But it's not the right scale. I did it on the wrong scale. Oh well. This is our new map pool. Crazy. Okay, we have people getting into games now. Let's get Poohman versus Veracity. It looks like we're gonna have a game on Hooked. We're just waiting games to start. Um, filling out. This is our new map pool. I why is the scale wrong? That's of um oh, that's why they look like stretched. Everything makes sense now. I see. Or if I can do that. Wait. Uh what's the width of the 1440p? 2560. There we go. Look at that. Now it fits. Wait, I can probably make it a little prettier. But we are getting into a game, so you know what? I can just do this. Off player. Have it on T. And watch that. And I'm gonna try to get the map pool. Bring to front. Bring to. Okay. So Veracity gonna be opening Armada bots here. Versus Poohman also going. Cortex bots, I mean. I'm trying to do too many things at once. I apologize. Veracity is gonna go 4 wins. Is might probably is gonna stall slightly on energy. Actually, most definitely will at this point. Of course, Wind could go up right now, maybe save him, but he is stalling a little bit. Unfortunately, Wind is a fickle animal, and just another reason why I'm a fan of the having like one solar in your open. I think strong on these maps. It lets you get the metal up faster. That's honestly the strength of it. And then an added bonus is that it's very stable. But most of all, it just allows you to get your lab up sooner, and that means that you can get a con out. It is crazy that we have 50 viewers. Thank you to everyone watching. I appreciate it. I hope you appreciate the games that these players are going off for us. Pretty cool to see. Veracity is going for the Cortex vehicles, which are, of course, you see the Incisor, which is quite strong. And one grunt, really, when you have Incisors to back it up, is not enough to take down a vehicle constructor. They're just too tanky. A vehicle constructor has max health of something. I can't see damage, but they have high health. They have a max health of 1400, which is really high. Like, an Incisors max health is 820, and Incisors are very tanky. A con can, or a single grunt can't not kill an Incisor. Grunts have 270 health, but they do a lot of damage. Pretty cool. We have Ons making metal extractors. They're actually stalling. This would be a good time actually to put your commander on low priority, because you need those mexes to come up faster, and in order to accomplish that, you need to siphon resources into them, and your commander siphons a lot of resources away from them because he's on he has high build power. Almost as if he heard us, Poohman does turn his build power, or yeah, his commander onto low priority. Very nice. Good habit to be in. By the way, if you ever happen to be listening to the stream and we jump into one of your games, you're always welcome to pause in order to mute the stream. If you want to do the right thing, we appreciate it. Those incisors are going to be very hard to deal with, and they are unfortunately going to clean up the two constructors of Poohman. In fact, the only two P-Man constructors. It's not even any better. We'll just call him Jarl, because that's his name on Discord. The Jarl. Or we could call him Pawman. He is a member of the Holy See, by the way. Or I guess a resident there. Vatican City. Never been. I've been to Italy. And I've been to Rome. I think. Actually, I don't think I've been to Rome. I don't remember. Anyways, the res bots of Jarl Poohman are going to be cleaning up LLT. They're going to be resurrecting. We also have 13 incisors going to be charging at the Jarl's lab. Our red player's lab. Honestly, the grunts get a decent surround, so they get a fair enough trade. But the incisors are still very healthy. There's 7 very healthy incisors versus a few grunts. Now there's 5 incisors. One of them's low health. The rest are medium. Although this energy storage explosion does take one of them out. But Poohman's going to struggle to clean them up. We don't know what the score is. We'll ask after the game. The Jarl is here. By the way, oh no, did I leave it on the standings page? I hope not. No, I didn't. My phone doesn't update. Anyways. Veracity has many more healthy incisors. They're going to continue pushing into Jarl Poohman's base. Poohman actually on a back foot. This would be a good replay to watch because I kind of thought he had some good early aggression, but I guess we were wrong.
Battle ended.
That was a nice little game. Yeah. There's a slide the back of the background isn't transparent though. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. Anyways, we did have a map pool change. Very last minute, but it is here. Very carefully put together. I'm sorry, but this is our new map pool. Hooked replacing sort of got a Lavender Bender, Gasbag Grabbins, Heartbreak Hill, Eclipsed, Comet Catcher, Crystallized Plains, Onyx Cauldron, Silent Sea, Paradise Lost, and Titan Duel. Those are our maps. Looks like we're gonna go into the next game here. Our next game's on Hooked. Classic map. Classic map. Well done. Veracity is unhappy about this map pick. Should we? I think we can tell them that the center water's title is OP. I guess they'll learn. We'll tell them after the game. It is a tournament after all. That would be unfair. But anyways, on Hooked, the center water is worth. The title gives you 80 energy per second. You didn't need to. I just want to remind players that they picked the maps. Oh, that's true. I guess this player is a monster. Our red player is truly evil. He's a villain in the community, actually. I like Hooked though. We could bring Asitas back. It's just
Battle started.
if we were gonna either have a night of just Asitas crack the entire game. Poohman is gonna make the 5.2 metal extractor. He has a 100% win rate on this map. I think he only has one game. Thanks, Ragna. What is this? Oh, Ragna did make it. He actually He puts his email here. Cool. Cool guy. Metal extractors. Or sorry, 2 solars, mechs, 2 more solars after a lab. He's Armada. We like to see it. Going for ticks. Interesting choice. I feel like these good vision. They're good for vision. You could maybe hide them like in the corners and do stuff, but in general, this map is like kind of a bunch of different choke points with one really open area like right in the middle. And then that's very valuable title. But then the ramps, like, you kind of need to fight over because it's easy to just send a thug in there. Nice play. But yeah, you're just gonna go for the vision, which makes sense. I think making sure there's no like shenanigans putting your lab here. He then is we're likely gonna see him walk this way. He's actually going for a Centurion to walk down the map. Hooked, not a map known for its wind speed, but very strong title, very OP. And I apologize about the camera angle. It's just a habit of mine. It feels very unnatural, but anyways, the game does look really good. Watch it this way. We have some Centurions walking in right now. On the other side, we have the grunts of Veracity. Maybe hiding in the corner here. Try to do something sneaky. But unfortunately, I think they're going to get spotted by the radar of our red player's commander. We have 2 cons just at home building a con turret. Very nice play. With this Centurion, he's going to maybe be able to hold off these grunts. He'll just have to micro really well. Centurions actually kill the grunts fairly quickly, which is nice too. We do have accurate lasers coming soon. I, for one, am very excited for the T1 changes. It'll be interesting if, like, Armada a turn for the better or turn for the worse. We'll see. Armada's pretty good on this map. And turns are quite good. Veracity. Oh, grunt. Actually, not even overflowing. That's pretty interesting. That's actually very interesting to me. Building grunts very slowly, but I personally would not go for that many grunts on this map. I feel like this is maybe just 1v1 happening. But I don't know. I just feel like with the you do deny the title going up in the middle, which is nice. Veracity is doing well with that, but because our red commander is pushing his into the other side, he's gonna just lock down this area. Veracity does have a good option, is walk forward, hope to degun the Centurion, and just hold your grunts back, basically walk forward and then start shooting the commander with your commander, and then have your grunts jump on his commander. You need to kill all of his units for it to work well, but it would I think if you could degun the Centurion. The strategy does revolve around being able to degun, which is kind of hard. They are able to kite. Thugs are coming out from Veracity now. I'm gonna get a degun here. Degunning the LLT. He does walk forward. I'm gonna go behind the thugs. With good micro, thugs can push a commander away. And they can actually also push Centurions away. But you need slightly better micro. I would have liked to see a repair here from Veracity on that Thug, which is sitting at 2%. Getting another D-gun off, though, is good, but it could have kept the Thug. And at this point, the Jarl just needs to push in and go win this. Veracity has just sustained too much damage on their commander, and they will likely go down. Alright, Veracity. Repairing the commander. So, I would have liked to see maybe some a little more aggression from the Jarl here, but he's gonna maybe just wall this off. Meanwhile, he's gone up to a advanced solar and has a very balanced economy currently. Slightly underspending on metal. I guess now he's spending metal at a decent enough pace. Is floating a bit though, so could maybe afford more energy, but playing quite well. Veracity 2 though is nothing to scoff at, although they do maybe have a little too many solars as they're overflowing. Thugs really don't need that much energy for how much metal they cost, which is a big advantage of them. Did they recently get a model update? I feel like something has changed about them, and they look really good. Veracity's commander sitting at 43%. Meanwhile, oh, but Veracity, I don't think you can get a D-gun off here. What can you D-gun here? You could just build an LT there. Yeah. You'll get it up. I think. Pretty sure. But, Khan does have... Man, if you had kept building that, I guess with the reclaim, then you would end up just feeding. Not a bad play. You could maybe build some LLTs back here, though. You could do a lot. There's some options. But you are going to lose your base if you're not careful, which... Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of those grunts were res. This is why I don't think it was worth it to make them, because you don't end up denying a lot. And then you end up just giving your opponent res button. I don't think the bugs actually got an update. But we have a few thugs out here being res now. At this point, Veracity is in a very difficult position and actually could go down to his Centurion here. They are getting res. Veracity calls good game. The commander goes down. The Jarl goes 2-0. Looking really good this season for sure. Hey, Master Bella's here. I wonder if you'd want to co-cast. If you're watching, you should join the stream. That would be fun. Flats and map pool. Wait, what's flats? Like flats and forest? Oh, raid. Wow. Thank you for the raid, Lost Dead. He's watching. Isn't he already watching the stream? Wait, do you mean like watching the stream on Twitch or like... Oh, are we live on YouTube, by the way? Anyways, this is our map pool. Haphazardly put together. Flats and forests, we'll do it. We'll do it. It's on the radar. You've put it on the radar. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess it's a what would you call that? Unnecessary. I don't know. Unnecessary qualifier or something like that. Let's see what other have going. Denya versus Victoria is still good. It's interesting. Even at the range of like 0 to 30 OS is a pretty big range. Like the players we're seeing
Battle started.
who are like at the upper limit around like 29, 27, they play well. You know, they have their mistakes, but they certainly can play very well against the lower players, like around like 15. You know, in this situation, it's still a pretty big gap. So, uh, rocket bots though are an interesting choice on this map. Maybe I wonder if this is a primarily a teams player. Um. Oh, okay. So this was just a for fun match because Blackout actually had to resign, but this is a sanctioned end of round match that Victoria gets to play against the player with the buy. So, Victoria is playing Cortex bots, which is a good lab. Grunts are a good unit. I think they actually do pretty well against the rocket bots that Xenia has out. So, a nice play there. Rocket bots are just kind of, their projectiles just too slow to effectively against grunts. They're more good versus like static. I mean, they can still definitely fight grunts. Like you'll see it, especially if the grunts are idled like that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, in these numbers they do okay, but that's just because they're just vastly outnumbered. Oh, Victoria maybe getting a little scared there. Could have had some grunts that could have into this base, but well, the LT got scared. That's okay. I guess you maybe do want to play it safe. This map you definitely like are kind of encouraged to expand like this. I feel like when you give Victoria a bye so we can start round 3. Yeah. I already did. You're late. Yeah, they can finish this game if you're paired with Xenia or Victoria, but refresh. You just gotta refresh. Let's look at the standings while we wait. I need to refresh. Currently, we have Bart Jones and Veracity tied. Actually, we're looking at a tie between Bart Jones, Veracity, the Jarl, and Victoria, who both are at 1 win, 1 tie. So these 4 players probably tied each other. In the next place, we have Verinda and Ballistic tied at 1-1, 1 win, 1 loss. And then Xenia, 1 loss, 1 bye, which we're watching them play a game for fun right now. And Deceit, 0-2. And Blackout had to forfeit, so they're 0-2. And V-Boy 1-1 and had to forfeit. 1-0. Very nice. Back to our game. Victoria and Cortex bots. Has a pretty good line of grunts. If Xenia walks a little too far forward, they definitely are at risk of dying if they a little too bold with their commander. Definitely could happen. They could also try to bait them. They might try to walk out. Xenia is able to D-gun despite no energy storage. Victoria has a single energy storage. Pretty nice base layout here. Good balance. Idling this on, unfortunately, just quite forgot about it. Pretty slow to capture this upper area, but aside from that, she's doing very well. Xenia is also doing all right. Maybe just struggling with it. I wouldn't be surprised if Xenia has played more team games so far. Is maybe struggling with unit composition, making rocket bots and thugs right now. When I mean thugs could do all right, except Victoria of course can just run around them. So grunts got are likely to be getting a nerf, but also like a mixture of a nerf and a buff, because they're also getting accurate lasers. So pretty cool. I don't know if it's like confirmed yet, but been discussed. Oh, Xenia, commander going down here. Looks like it walked just a little too far forward, and Victoria could easily push. Maybe hesitated a little bit too much. But Victoria does have a follow-up of her commander walking forward with the thugs. Reinforce them. Xenia's gonna actually just repair their commander. It was at like 15%. We have an army of grunts walking forward. They are balled up though, which means that they're gonna die very fast to the thugs, who get the nice AoE damage. You can't group up like that against thugs, and they're just gonna be able to push forward. 2%, 7%. Xenia goes down, and Victoria is victorious.
Battle end.
Okay, so let's see what our round 3 matchups are. Round 3 is going to be Bart Jones versus the Jarl. We have Deceit versus Ballistic Diplomacy, Veracity versus Victoria, and Verunda versus Xenia. Currently, our tie is between Bart Jones and the Jarl, and Veracity and Victoria. So, oh, this is our final round. Actually, we need to have another round, because. Oh wait, this isn't the final round. This was just round 3. My bad. Never mind. False alarm. So we're gonna see. I don't know, which game should we watch. Why do we have 3 players with very? I feel like that's those kinds of. Um, let's see. Let's just and oh, I guess. All right, the Jarl versus Bart is actually one of our premier games. Zenya's just new.
Battle started.
See, the fact that one Centurion can take out a commander is just like estimate to. There we go. We're back into the action. But the fact that one Centurion can take out a commander shows. Is that saying that it would be worth it on Hook to just micro that single unit as well as you can until you kill the commander? No, because it is making more units. I block off the lab. That's unfortunate. The Cortex lab does allow units to pass through it if you look at the dimensions of it. They actually recently changed it. It used to be that commanders could walk through it, but units can still walk through it. So I would recommend keeping it open. Maybe. I guess also it can be detrimental if enemy unit walking. You know, you gotta weigh the pros and the cons, I guess. The grunts are coming out. Rascals, though, are going to be microed very nicely. And actually, they're going to... Oh, almost getting the metal extractor. Not quite. A good response from Bart. Poohman is going to be getting his incisors out at this point in time. Bart Jones leaving his base with his commander finally. We also have 2 cons expanding, 2 vehicle cons from the Jarl. We have 2 incisors out. Poohman versus Bart Jones. But Poohman has the incisors. He's gonna try to defend while slowly expanding. The issue with this, of course, is that now Bart Jones will be free to expand with 2 cons of his own. And because Poohman is opting to make static defense, then Bart Jones is going to he's just literally just naked expanding. He's not even stopping to make radars. That's crazy, actually. It takes guts. It really does. Gonna sneak in here, kill some mexes. We have more grunts coming out. The cons are doing their thing. Expanding. Pooh-Man is kind of being contained, honestly. The grunts are containing him. We then have yeah, the incisors are gonna try to defend, and I mean honestly they're defending fairly all right here, but Bart Jones has out expanded Pooh-Man. Although interestingly, we've seen Bart kind of struggle to spend all of his metal in the early game, so that'll be interesting to see. Unfortunately, we have 4 grunts of Bart Jones, but where they could have found maybe some value by sneaking around, they instead decided to run away, and now they might run into an LLT actually. Despite taking some hits, the Jarl is Pooh-Man is expanding decently well again. Gotten his out onto the map, which that's a good response when you take some damage. It makes sense. You want to go expand, try to get as much metal as you can. Commander is mobile build power and 300 of it, and it defends itself, so very good. Master Bell, hello. NC 2412, hello. BR's a great game. I love this game. That is yes. Bart Jones is gonna be walking straight through the center. Oh my gosh, we have another engagement up north. We have couple incisors, couple grunts meeting, and more incisors, more grunts. Not much else to it. Honestly, soon I gotta turn Legion on, cause like you can only watch incisors kill incisors and grunts so many times before it gets old. But we do have a lot of grunts out for Bart Jones versus more incisors for Pooh-Man, but Bart Jones has transitioned to incisors, and actually he's now thinking about an air transition. Kind of lacking in build power. I wouldn't mind seeing these 3 cons start building 1 to 2 con turrets. You could maybe afford 3. I would maybe just build 1 and then finish the lab, but he is pumping out incisors. The incisors are going to find an opening, and they are going to walk directly into Pooh-Man's base. Oh no. Okay, so we have 10 more incisors coming out from Pooh-Man. NC 2412 thinks he can beat me. He thinks he can win this tournament. But I don't even think he plays bar, to be honest. All right, we have Bart Jones walking around. Now we have reached actually. Oh my gosh, Bart Jones has a res bot reclaiming the metal extractors. It does go down to the artillery, but we have reached somewhat of an impasse. Bart Jones does have enough incisors to literally just like walk through this way, but he doesn't do that. Instead, he goes for the bombing run. That's how he wants to end it. Poohman goes for the anti-air missile battery, which is not the best actually at dealing with multiple units, and it's not even going to come up in time. Maybe if he made some light AA like a Thistle, it would have maybe protected him a little better. Please nerf. That's funny. Somewhat panicked reaction, I think. But we do see Poohman loses basically his whole base. He has 2 con turrets remaining, so he can rebuild his energy, but he is going to have a slightly harder time dealing with the pounders and incisors streaming out of Bart Jones' base, who is now just going to start bombing the commander down, unfortunately. The incisor play, very interesting. Now, if I were Poohman, what I would do versus Bart Jones is just be more aggressive. He naked expands, which means, and he doesn't build radar, which means it's very easy to, it would be very easy to have a unit. But it does seem like he's kind of dominating this tournament. Oh no, Poohman actually doesn't have the energy to degun, so he just self-destructs his commander and it's game over.
Battle.
Alright. What's the score? I think that's 1-0 for Bart. Let's check in on Verinda. Let's check in on, oh, is Veracity tied? Oh no, I guess Veracity. Oh yeah, Victor. I was thinking of a different player. Let's catch up on Victoria and Veracity, because they're actually playing on Paradise Lost. I do like Paradise Lost. It's nice to see it played. Must have been. I wouldn't be surprised if this was actually Victoria's pick. Like she is liking the T maps.
Battle started.
We do have supporters coming out from Veracity currently. It looks like there's a little bit of a run by here with a single supporter taking down 3 title generators. Victoria choosing not to make wins. This must have been Veracity's pick, actually. It's looking like they know the map a little better. We do have herrings and supporters coming out. Opening, very aggressive unit. The supporter, very fast, has a little laser. A little bit of DPS, nothing crazy. 56 to 94, I believe, is pretty much what a grunt is, but don't quote me on that. Not quite as good as a commander. Oh, actually, okay. This is the first time I've ever noticed. That's weird, actually. The fact that supporters have 2 lasers is actually very strange, because that's like an Armada design, having those 2 guns. So I've never noticed that. But anyways, Victoria is going to be trying to deal with these supporters. The sub is a nice choice. I don't know if it can keep up. The projectiles might struggle, but Veracity is just expanded much more aggressive than Victoria in terms of getting the sea mexes. But Victoria did get the land mexes, so it does not look like he prepared this map, in my opinion. Wow, those supporters actually making light work of the frigates. The sub, though, is gonna come and clean some of them up. Each supporter costs 100, so a herring 210, and a frigate is 420. They're gonna clean that up. You then have supporters moving around the map. It's gonna be very hard for Victoria to attack in present moment. With good micro, perhaps the frigate is able to do good work, and the sub does get good value. No destroyers are coming out, but an orca is out. I wonder if orcas are ever gonna get a remodel. The supporters are going to be doing a lot of damage. They have those twin lasers doing this around damage. Actually just going to likely actually up the pace of Victoria, although no, Victoria lost her army, so it's actually going to fall G, fortunately.
Battle ended.
In case anyone was wondering, we do have a big Legion tournament coming up tomorrow, not tomorrow, next weekend, Saturday. In it again. We are into the next game. Played on Canis River. Quickly, we're gonna check in on Bart Jones and Puman, who are playing on Heartbreak Hill. In that map, so we'll stay on this. We're just gonna watch the opening. am back. I apologize for that. It's the difficulty of running these alone. Let's catch up. Let's see what was going on. We have Veracity trying to raid with incisors currently. A twin guard is up though, which will be nice. The incisors will... I don't think 3 incisors can do very much against the twin guard, and they're actually unfortunately going to be stalled slightly. You know, actually the twin guard isn't enough to stop it alone, but fortunately horsemen's come. And they are going to be up those incisors quite nicely. Meanwhile, though, we see a counterattack from Victoria coming by. Gonna take out LT, but then they go down. Unfortunately, not prioritizing the con means that actually the con survives. Looking like a fairly even game, actually. This is one of those maps that the build has really been developed to a science, but let's look at some key differences. Victoria choosing to build a twin guard here, whereas Veracity had an LLT. Veracity lost the LLT and that mech, so not a huge deal, but just something to know. So pretty expensive to defend it though. The commanders are doing exactly the same expansion path, except Victoria has a few more radars up. She's gone up to 4 radars, while Veracity is just on the... I don't love that. It is a nice radar to have, but radars being 60 metal means you can afford at least, you know, at least 3. Yeah, there's probably 4. 1 per 3, and then, you know, you want 1 here to defend that area, but is gonna be trying to find raids with her LLT's stalling on energy. Me, they might be firing suboptimal. Visors aren't enough that they kind of shrug off LLT, but what they don't shrug off is large number of Victoria's incisors. Alright, we have more incisors moving around. Meanwhile, Victoria countering with her own incisors. I can't wait for Legion to be added to the base. We're getting closer and closer every day. I would say that the models come in bursts. You know, but they're coming. They're chugging along. We have Zephyr Sky has been pretty amount of time now, and he's been very busy working on models. Darcy been very busy. Have incisors running around. Victoria now has built up a ball of 12 incisors and is going to clear the top plateau area, which is gonna be very hard to secure, and then is gonna be unopposed, except okay, Veracity is responding with pounders right now, desperately making pounders to try to stop the incisors that are streaming. Actually, I think they come out fast enough. We have 2 pounders. Oh, but if this 1 pounder goes down, as soon as it goes down, 1 pounder. Oh, Hopefully, Victoria able to get some build power. No. The blueprint going down is not going to be enough, and Victoria's raid, which could have found immense value if she had only gone this way, is stopped dead in its tracks, and Veracity survives another day. If we look, the expansion of Veracity has now surpassed Victoria. A very even game, I gotta say, but Victoria needs to transition. I mean, she just had 20, no, not 20. She had 12 incisors make it into the base of Veracity and find no value. I feel like that's got to be a sign that you need transition. Definitely. Veracity now just making wins with their commander actually going to be almost overflowing. Most. Oof. Veracity is excess 1.7 thousand metal. So even though they have about that much of a lead, they've excessed all of it. And they're banking like so. Veracity, Victoria, meanwhile, is spending her resources quite well. So this could, but again, Victoria's put a lot of resources in incisors, which bombers do fairly well against incisors. Veracity also has that pounder, which I mean they only have one, so. But I mean, Victoria's staying on incisors. She has transitioned to bombers as well, so both of these players are going to bomb each other very soon. Actually, might cross paths. I don't know. No, Victoria's actually going for, how many is she? She's made 5 bombers and is going to be making fighters now. Those bombers are going to be scouted. The fighters sending a shot out right away. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the scout lands and actually folds up. 5 bombers are coming out, and Victoria also has a huge mass of incisor. Whirlwind are the Cortex bomber. Ooh, the incisors are gonna ball up on the hill. They're not being microed. Oh no. Victoria just lost all of those incisors due to like just not microing. Oh no. She is gonna try to land a bombing run. I mean the winds are in a good shape to be bombed, but the bombs all fall in the same spot, which means they actually find very little value. And Victoria now is gonna be scrambling. She is going to deal with a bombing of her own, taking out some wins. It looks like we missed that. Meanwhile, Victoria is going to accidentally walk into the commander, also still forgetting to micro these incisors. Oh no. They're lined up too well, but they get away. She does get some wins. So Veracity is still doing decent with resources, but now taking a big hit and overflowing 2.2 thousand metal. So despite producing an additional, well now it shrunk, but Veracity had at one point 2,000 metal lead, but overflowed all of it. Veracity does clean up the raid attempt from Victoria, who thought about degunning them, but if she keeps going, she could get away with these quickly. Oh, but she forgets to micro again. So now we see an interesting situation where Veracity is able to get much more units out with a good lead, despite the metal produced actually being equal now. But Veracity has slightly more energy, which is going to be a big deal. Because Canis is notoriously fickle with its energy. And so not having enough energy to really spend all of her metal. Victoria luckily is just now starting to excess a little bit, but she's able to save it in time. We can see maybe a bit of some over micro there. Probably focusing very hard on this fight. I mean, it's hard not to, right? There's a big ball of stouts, but you could maybe get some defenses here. We'd love to see some shuriken, D-gun getting ready. Maybe, you know, move in with your commander. Try to get a D-gun, but of course you need to be careful because you're able to kill the commander with those stouts. But Victoria is going to move in uncloaked. She was only on about one sword, which is not enough at this point in the game, especially on Canis. You cannot get away with that few swords. She is going to take some damage with the commander, but she gets a D-gun off. The stouts now moving in front of the winds. Oh, but Victoria could totally lose her commander here. She does well though of blocking the stouts with, or the brutes with her brutes, and she gets some D-guns off. Beautifully done, beautifully executed. Her commander now dangerously low, but she fought off the big ball of brutes. Now, unfortunately, her radar does pick up on these other brutes trying to move across. So Victoria with those D-guns is able to, we can see, decisively takes an army advantage lead. I mean, 24% is huge, especially when you're talking about stouts. Now, I think there is going to be an issue, which is a lot of this is tied up in fighters, which, I mean, fighters are quite good in the air, but they're not immortal. Victoria now. Oh no, trying to get away with her commander. Oh no, she gets the D-guns off. Very nice. I think she needs to get to safety though. That commander has used its one and only life. But now she has a decisive ball of brutes moving across. To be specific, I would maybe spread them. They're a little too grouped up. But she has 5,000 metal and brutes right here. Granted, they are less healthy than the typical brutes you would expect, but the shuriken are going to help ensure that Victoria easily cleans these brutes up. I assume, hopefully we'll see a transition into res bots at some point to take advantage of those wrecks. Of course, air cons do work to get there quickly. They do eliminate the travel time. However, their build power is very low, so something to be considered. Victoria taking massive damage in that raid. Now if we look at the map state, it's actually completely changed positions, but again, Victoria has a massive army advantage, and she really just needs to push here. I don't think there's any other answer except spread your units out so they don't die and push. Send these somewhere, you know, try. I don't know, just see what happens. They're already split up, so like try to send some that way. I don't know, or just send them that way, clean that off. Going up is probably a better bet, but anyways. I don't know what the score is. That's a good question. That is a good question. Okay, we do have the brutes now being cleaned up by the shuriken, or they could have been, but Victoria's actually instead just gonna go for the kill. Oh no, she's gonna lose a bunch of shurikens though to those fighters. Each Valiant is 73 metal. That's actually crazy. Air is actually way more expensive than I realized. Never looked that close at that. We do have these brutes moving in. Brute on brute. The person with brutes wins. It's a fact. Anyways. These players are doing very well. Victoria choosing to just clear out some expansions is nice. As she gets her, or tries to get hers up. The commander has been repaired and it's gonna get some D-guns off. Is she gonna D-gun her own lab? Nope. She did that in one of the other apprentice leagues. Alright, we do have brutes moving forward. Encountering more brutes. So Victoria just has more brutes here and they're in a better formation, so those brutes are gonna go down quickly. Now the brutes of Victoria's are gonna have an issue once they find the commander of veracity. Not have an E-gun. Victoria does have Rex. That's true. What is she doing about it? She is rezzing good. But veracity goes for the D-guns. Gets the D-guns off. But is exposed, and with good micro, I mean, Victoria could have pushed for the win. Some better control, but unfortunately, probably focus elsewhere, which is okay too. These res bots are gonna quickly be rezzing everything. Rezzing makes sense when you have lots of metal already. Metal and energy. If you only have energy, I would reclaim. And if you have neither, I would also reclaim. If you don't have energy and you have a lot of metal, rezzing might be your friend, or repairing, doing something that doesn't cost resources, because res bots can worsen your stall. Victoria's shurikens are gonna stop more of the brutes from veracity. He's just been staying on brutes. I wouldn't mind seeing some AA, just because getting air control at this point when veracity has so many fighters is gonna be really difficult. You know what rework never got added to the game because it wasn't popular? Is the air rework. The one that made fighters like super slow and expensive and tanky. Kind of an interesting idea though. Verunda cheering on Victoria. Victoria is playing very well. I will say she's just cleared out all of veracity's expansions. She's gotten a lot of resurrection from the Rex, and veracity is struggling now. I mean, you can literally just kill the commander if you're careful. You have to be careful. This is gonna hurt the D-guns. Killer. First one gets 4. Okay, a little bit of some inaccuracy there, but still just cleared out. Veracity now. Oof. those pounders just do not stand up to that many brutes. I mean, not many units do. You can't blame them. Getting the build power down right now would be huge because the build power actually is the most efficient defense currently. And it's not going to chain react. So Victoria really actually needs to get these units out of the danger zone. They are going to get a few con turrets though. They did get damage, but unfortunately we're eaten. But they just overflowed, and Veracity actually has an exposed commander likely to lose it to this many brutes. When they're spread out, you just can't degun them. I mean, you probably still could, but it'd be a lot harder. Veracity's gonna lose their commander though. There's no way they survive this. Although they have to bunch up through the thing. One gun goes off, gets most of them. Not most of them, but gets a large chunk of them. And it's not gonna be enough. Veracity's commander goes down. Game over. Victoria calls it.
Battle ended.
Nicely done. What's the score? Oh wait, I forget. We were watching. The D-guns were close, but they were not enough. Not enough. some post game chatter. He forfeits. Okay. Deceit. We will forfeit him. No problem. Thank you for telling us. I appreciate it. Forfeit. Giving ballistic diplomacy a win. Tied it up. They won on each other's maps. That does mean that we're going to go to the next round. Let's look at the standings. Let's check it out. Round 4's match. We have Victoria versus Verunda. I feel like because Verunda's been one of the chatters, we'll have to watch her game versus Victoria. Bart Jones. Also, Verunda actually is 2 wins, 1 loss. Okay. So Bart Jones leads 2 wins, 0 losses, 1 tie. The Pooh Man, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 tie. Veracity, 1 win, 2 ties. Victoria, 1 win and 2 ties. Verunda, 2 wins and 1 tie. Ballistic Diplomacy at 2 tie. Denya at 0 wins and 2 losses. Oh, I'm sorry. 2 wins, 1 loss for Verunda. 2 wins, 1 loss for Ballistic Diplomacy. 0 wins, 2 losses for Zeta, and 1 bye. Pooh Man also has another bye this round. What game should we watch here? Any opinions? Oh, bummer. It happens. Pooh Man. This is the final round, yes. So Bart Jones will be playing against Veracity here. I guess we can catch this game. Oh, oops. Bart Jones versus Veracity. We'll watch. Unless other game. Yeah. Bart Jones winning, of course. We'll watch his game. Verinda. If you want your game to be watched, you are more if you wouldn't mind waiting, play after Bart Jones. Okay, so Bart Jones bans Silent C. Veracity bans Hooked. Meanwhile, actually, Verinda, if you start playing right now, we can also watch your game. Um. Oh yeah, if you actually so on Tuesday, um, around my time, 2 p.m. You can uh oh, that's no worries if it'll be a minute. I'm just gonna watch whichever game starts first. But you can submit a game and we'll review it on Tuesday with Barcast. You also could join us on the stream for that. So get more like of a discussion about your game if you want. We do that. Let's see. Okay, so our maps have been picked. We're gonna see Certigata and Titan Duel. I am excited to see Certigata. They're gonna hop into a game. Yes. We came right. I was betting. But they were in a game first, so we watched that game. Bart Jones versus Veracity. Playing on Certigata. I'm interested to see what players' different builds are. I'm a fan of starting here and quickly expanding here, and then you also want to get there's a lot of reclaim. There's like rocks here. There's rocks here. I probably missed some, but anyways, I send my res bot here, and then here, or here, depending. And then you go to the other one after that. With your res bot. I guess you would want to go with that. But anyways, I send a con here, take the exit, maybe build a radar, or definitely build a radar. Maybe an LLT, maybe I'll expand away with it. If I expand that way, I'll also eventually
like, battle started.
Way. If I can, you also the longer. Then eventually also want credits and few paths you can. But the point being, I would definitely get a res bot out early for that claim. How much there is total on the map? About which is a lot. It really is a lot. Oh, 1725. That's the. Okay. So, 1725 metal. It's a lot of metal. You also, of course, then want to deny it for your or Cortex. A lot of Cortex bots. This makes sense. It is Apprentice. We haven't seen any Armada tonight. I guess we're missing Aiden. Aiden not. But Bart Jones sending out his res bot. So Bart Jones is going for the start that I like. I don't mind Veracity's start either. I think it's pretty good. You can expand this way and wall off this choke. Not literally wall it off, but block it off with static. You have you can expand out behind that. Now I do think one of the issues starting with is you miss out on a lot of them. So you have to deny your opponent getting them. Pretty hard out. The res bot though is out and being this was Bart's pick. Who I believe after this. He's gonna try to Veracity's gonna try to target the metal extractor down of Bart Jones. But he's meanwhile Veracity moving out visors. Bart Jones very impressive. Fairly new player. Gonna be expanding well. Getting a lot of the reclaim, maybe a little bit. Doesn't know that Veracity faces. But actually he's gonna maybe make it by and be able to grab some of that. Nope. Veracity loses the constructor. Or not constructor, the bot. Lots of rocks in the middle. Alright, grunts are moving around. They are going to find this Cortex construction vehicle. Be taken down. The con going down actually is going to be pretty big, but oh, Bart actually, oh no, he back for it. That's good. Now, is he going to, yeah, he goes back, kills it, and tries to continue. Now, 3 grunts can kill an incisor, but you have to spread them. You need them all to be firing at the incisor. They were not, so they're gonna go down without getting anything. But they did get the con and metal shark. Pretty big. Veracity, it looks like, is actually gonna be completely contained, but counter damage gonna be cleaned up. Incisors go down. Veracity. Veracity's gonna try to get these grunts, but Veracity now, this is the downside of this large spot. Veracity's been well, I say that, but actually they're able to go out. So, and Bart has honestly kind of completely So veracity, if veracity just goes, might be able to find some value here. Now, what I would like to from veracity, keep one con on the lab, actually reclaiming here. But oh no, please keep going, keep going. Come on. The longer veracity waits, veracity is pretty much completely wiped out by Bart Jones. But again, Bart, I mean, he's using vision, I guess, and he does have his radar. He is getting a little bit more radar up, which is good to see. That's actually really good to see. Definitely an improved gameplay already. Incisors are going to be very hard to deal with. Doesn't micro down. They're just dying too fast, dying one at a time. But resurrected incisors actually hit and completely halt the damage that veracity was. So, oh, one did make it through. Veracity does get a construction bot, and actually he could do some more damage here. So I think an incisor and but then hey, get the just barely doesn't get the mechs down. Meanwhile, another raid of grunts is coming through. Veracity just needs metal more than it. Not have the metal. You need more metal to command to have the commander. They're gonna Veracity's. You know what? I gotta give credit where credit is due. Veracity's doing very well with sticking in the game, not giving up. But this is definitely an uphill battle currently, as Veracity is about to lose another vehicle constructor. I think we've seen. I think Bart Jones has really clutched this. We have so if we're watching Bart Jones. Really playing well. I think he has experience in other RTS. I did train him at some point, and I forget what RTS he has. I want to say it, like something related in realm. Or I think it really shows. I mean, he's picked up the game very fast. Veracity does have less time. That's something I will do. But yeah, Bart Jones playing very strong, very aggressive, and fans rapidly behind it. The cool style to see for sure. We have some incisors. I mean, Veracity, just fighting to death here. That's what. The disadvantage on this map, probably Veracity didn't know about the reclaim. That's my feeling. There's a lot of reclaim on this map, and damn. Veracity calls GG. Yeah, Bart Jones
Battle
doing well.
ended.
He really expanded aggressively. Got energy up. Good to see. But who did Bart Jones tie, by the way? He tied Victoria tied him. So actually, let's see. Our and Verinda are playing. Let's jump into their game. We haven't gotten to see Crystallized Plains yet. I do really like this map.
Battle started.
Alright, so from the looks of it. Oh, wow. Okay, so raids going back and forth. And we find ourselves at this stage in the game where it looks like Victoria has a overwhelming force of incisors, which are going to slowly move through. It's been about 11 minutes, which means she probably transitioned around 6 minutes. Oh, but Verinda gets a good D-gun off. Cleanly D-guns cleaves the one of Victoria's ball of incisors. Victoria does have two follow-up balls, though. I did see it. That was a pretty crazy D-gun. I agree with, yeah. That was a good D-gun. That was a pretty crazy D-gun. Now Verinda's gonna go reclaim the Rex, and Verinda has pounders of her own coming out. She's then going to try chasing down Victoria's incisors. Well, maybe not chasing. Yeah, maybe chasing, yeah. The choke point is going to actually shut down Victoria from finding any value. But it does look like Verinda's been a little contained. Victoria actually getting the Yo up. I don't see it come up a lot on this map, but maybe that's just because I don't build enough. But Victoria is going to clear out the expansions. Of Verinda, which is... This is just going to be very hard to deal with. There's too many incisors. It's just overwhelming. Victoria has an overwhelming lead. Every considerable metric. Verinda does have the mighty D. And we did see some good D. We'll see. This map, there's a lot of chokes. Verinda is able to stop the army from pushing forward with her commander, but Victoria's just raiding every direction. We have few incisor balls. Again, I think we'll see how Veranda responds. I think it's possible to hold here because, I mean, we can see that Veranda's incisors did really well, but Victoria really just, as she now has two brute. Oh. Other side of the base, Veranda does have these D guns though. I think we missed something. But Victoria has decided to transition air. Interesting that she's choosing to make fighters that she has been raiding like this entire time, so she can see that there is no air transition to worry about. But I guess better say sorry. Can be not sorry through scouting. Victoria's gonna send 5 bombers. Gonna bomb. Good spread on them. They do get a. They're trying for the. They didn't quite get the con turret actually. Honestly, that ton of value. The 5.0 mechs going down is good, but I don't think it's enough to necessarily guarantee the end of this game. But Victoria definitely can do it. She just commit. Brenda does have a push of her own, but can't afford it. Oh, the bombers come around for a second run. That definitely got them their value there, as they kicked out all of her production deficit. Almost. Actually, not quite. Or a build power deficit. Build power metal. And gonna just be wall Victoria's base. This is a solid layout. Maybe making our hurts a little more, but no worries there. Victoria's actually choosing to go for T2 here, which makes a lot of sense. Like, she's on a pretty commanding lead. There's no reason to be afraid of dying, and Veranda is not giving up, so T2 makes a lot of sense, but actually Veranda trying to go for T2 own. It could happen. Could certainly happen. She does have lots of reclaim action. So, this is maybe a bit of a dire situation for Victoria if she's not careful. But she does have such a commanding lead that I don't think Veranda will really have any chance to take full advantage of reclaim. But we'll see. Veranda's on 3 con turrets. Could maybe use another one, but I think at this point might as well go for the T2 tab, right? Victoria choosing to make banishers. Not bad, not bad. The range on the banisher like 800. Pretty good. Veranda is gonna make salamanders, which are actually very fast. I like salamanders. I don't know if they're necessarily the right choice here. I don't mind it. I think it could definitely find some value, but Victoria has built these exploiters further out from her base, so she has a very strong defensive position. Very hard to get into there. Her base is fairly treacherous. Veranda can't really push, can't really do much of anything. So eco here would make sense. Salamanders maybe also Veranda's trying to counter the shuriken, which are gonna make it so that she can't push. But actually, Victoria's gonna. Oh no, Victoria doesn't see it. Now the thing with the salamanders is they cost a lot of energy, 7,000 energy. Thanks to being amphibious. So hopefully, Victoria looking to get aggressive. The Banishers and Tigers are both moving out from Victoria. Also some Rascals. Pretty good composition there. I like it. Yeah, Victoria's kind of it looks like she doesn't know exactly how to end. I do have a message. Oh, man, thank you for sending in those replays. Okay, so the Banisher moving out. Those missiles just are gonna one-shot everything. They're kind of overkill against those ultis, but I mean, hey, it does the job. Each one just, I mean, honestly, the Banishers aren't really that good against incisors, like, only because when they're spread, you're just so much, like, you're overkilling. Those salamanders, not too bad, but salamanders also just one-shot. Banishers are so good. How much does one Banisher cost, by the way? 1,000 Banisher. 5-pounders about. So cool. I love Banisher. Yeah, there's just, what is Verinda even gonna do against it? There's also a huge ball of medium tanks in their back lines. And those Banishers actually will, I don't think they one-shot a commander, but I think they damn near. 2 will do it. Game over. Good game. A good game.
Battle ended.
Good replay to look at. All right. Acetus was banned from the pool. Dude, Salamanders versus Banisher. Yeah. Bart Jones has hit 35 OS, which means he will not be allowed in Apprentice game. He's graduated Master League. He has to play against much harder
Battle
opponents now.
started.
And it looks like we're catching up to 12 minutes. This is looking like a much more even game, actually. Bart Jones has his backline taken out, but it looks like he pushes Veracity back with the Janice, and that is definitely, I mean, what do you do against that many Janice? At this point, you need to see scouts. That's what I want to see. Scouts would be beautiful. Make some rovers. But looks like hey, some Armada play. This is a very nice map for Janice. Wait, did Janice get a slight update to their model, or am I crazy? All right.
Battle ended.
That means that Bart Jones is our winner of the Apprentice League. Second Pacific Series. Congrats. Your prize is being banned from Apprentice. Congratulations. I guess we can watch this. The end of this match. Might as well. That did look like an exciting game. Okay. The Janice coming back.
Battle started.
All right, we have Verinda going against. I did say I would never cast a Cetus, but this is the last game of Fight Night, so I have to. Even though the game should technically be on hooked. For sure. Xenia and Ballistic Diplomacy going 1-1. Report their score for them. And Bart Jones going 2-0 against Veracity. Very nice. Victoria versus Verinda. Still going. First game went to Victoria, who actually is not in the most ideal position. Currently, Verinda has 3 LLT in her base. 3 too many, in my opinion. Maybe 2 too many. You could maybe make this 1 LLT if you don't have units to push, but oh no. Oh wait. Verinda just pushes. She has 9 grunts. Push forward and likely clear out the base. Verinda doesn't have radar though. She does have radar, just not enough. You really do need a radar here in order to cover that gap better, but oh no, she's gonna try streaming in her grunts 1 by 1, which means that she's gonna lose on. I think it's game over. Oh no. Veranda's lost both expanding cons, but Veranda does have a raid of her own coming through. If she micros it well. Alright. Those 5 grunts are gonna clear out 1 expansion. Go, run away, please. They need to run, but instead they run into the other grunts and die. So sad. If they, like, maybe kept running, they could have gotten value, or if they went this way, that way, I don't know. Right. Veranda. "15 grunts versus 12 grunts." Actually, Veranda doesn't have the army advantage, but she did at some point, I believe. Gonna now split. How many are there here? 8 or 6. So actually, this could go very well for Veranda if she plays it cleanly. She's gonna expand in the opposite direction, getting a con turret down, but not assisting it with. Oh no, 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 no. She's gonna put down 4 LLTs or 3 LLTs with the commander. She has enough grunts to defend here. I wouldn't recommend this. Yeah, that's just too many LLTs, and your commander could have instead assisted this con turret. So if you instead made this con turret with your commander, you could have had like a bunch of extra grunts out. Probably 5 at least. I mean, you have a lot of build power here. And you had the metal. Maybe not 5, but still, you would have just had more grunts and been able to defend this more. However, I mean, you still have the numbers here. If Veranda micros well, she could definitely come back here. Actually, Victoria's actually investing too much in economy currently. In terms of maybe not too much in economy. That's not an accurate thing to say, but although I did miss these grunts over here, which are pretty big. It looks like Veranda lost the push. That's probably what this is over here. Unfortunately, probably could have gotten some good value. We have 8 grunts on the bottom. We have 7 grunts on top. We have 10 grunts on the side. We have a follow-up of 12 grunts. Yeah. When there's that many angles, I mean, you have made Veranda has made a lot of LLTs, right? So with 6 LLTs, it's defensible for sure, maybe, but this point, Victoria's looking like she's in a much better position. Veranda, actually not a bad idea right now. Why not, right? I think Veranda maybe could defend the grunts with these LLT. Sorry. With these LLTs and just start. Oh no, never mind. Now there's too many units here. 12 versus 15. But 3 of them are incisors. And without the proper good micro. The grunts go down, and Verenda is struggling here. With this many LLTs, I wonder what Victoria's answer is gonna be. I think like brutes would do well. Enough incisors probably, but I mean, yeah, I don't. I think you need a lot more LLTs than it has here to defend. I mean, with the repair though, certainly the LLTs end up getting more value, but and she's surrounded on both sides now. I've never read I have no mouth and I must scream, but whoa, those grunts were just evaporated. So many LLTs there. Yeah, what do you do against that many LLTs? But I mean, okay, picking Acetus when Acetus was banned from. That's what I do. Yeah, just send. You could probably pump out. I mean, the arty is not bad, but brutes are a good option. I think. I don't know. Basically anything at this point. Just make a lot of it. I mean, maybe not grunts. Like they can't, but you just need so many that they can't like target effectively. Basically, I don't know. Eight metal per second. Paradise Lost. Does this doesn't even count because Acetus isn't in the pool. I mean, the game's over at this point, but or Paradise Lost. Play a better map.
Battle.
Or just any other map. um I don't know. Everyone was playing Acetus. The VOD will just be posted on YouTube. Those shockers do work, yeah. Okay, we'll watch Hooked. Ooh, Paradise. Do Paradise. Paradise is better than Hook. All right. 0 boat plays. Won't be interesting. Yeah. We'll just count to see this. Should we do an FFA? What should we do? Well, we need to officially crown our winner first. Okay. We need to crown our winner first. So let's look at the Eon Paradise. Victoria wants to play me on Paradise. Don't make me play Paradise. Um I'll play I'll play you on Paradise. Give me a second. You're right, I did one. All right. All right, I'm back. We'll play a game, whatever. We'll play Victoria. I believe she got second place. I'm not sure exactly. I think our second
Please
place
choose your starting
competitor. Let me
location.
read the uh wait, hold on. Did she get second place? I need to read the participants. Hold on. First place, Bart Jones. Second place, Poohman. Third place, Veracity. Fourth place, Victoria. Fifth place, Veranda. Sixth place, Ballistic Diplomacy. Seventh place, Xenia. Eighth place, V-Boy. Ninth place, Deceit. And 10th place is Blackout. So congratulations to all of our players. Thank you all for playing. And I'm going to enjoy a game of bar now. Dude, I actually don't know how to play this map. I haven't title isn't great. I feel like what I should do I played this map once in 1v1. if even. Now, okay, so we are able to place that and get some wins up.
Battle started.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna be so rusty. I haven't played today at all either. Oh no. Okay, I guess we're going title. You know what, I'll probably make titles. I think I'll like probably want to expand on land with my com. I don't even know what to make, honestly. Kind of panicking. Okay. Recon is out. Here, radar. Alright, you just. Actually, I don't think I'm gonna go here, get a radar.
Low power.
Here, get radars up there. Low power now, so I definitely need. Maybe title or. I think I'll just go get, like, I'll go like this, my commander first. And then try walking around, and I'll scout with my order. Kind of low on goal, so. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it makes it. I feel like that's a play that I could see happening. The ideal. We add a little bit of energy on commander. She's probably expanding in the backline currently. I don't know if I should have made this pawn, but we did. Did make it. We do have an eel out. Oh, okay. What are we doing? The eel is gonna be too low. I guess we could make a static deep. Get back with my computer. Oh, okay. We might lose this radar, but. We lose the radar now, we're fine.
Radar lost.
Oh crap, okay, that was definitely the sub then. I guess we'll get one of these down. Okay, we have a. Aren't they? Might be losing this constructor. Bit of a bummer. Out. Get Mike. Sleep backers. We go for a. I don't know. I go for frigates. Okay, those orders.
Low power.
What's that? Oh, excuse me. I just were on the main panel. Oh no, I'm sorry. Actually, we want to send the subs to the other side. Need energy. Need to like surround. I also need to make energy. This one's aggressive. Subs. You know what? We could probably just. This is threatening us. But start to like slower. Okay, what? Frigates.
Radar lost.
Oh no no no. Image like sucks. No, what was that? We need to. Oh, that worked. Oh, the prayers there. Pulling it. Have to get out. Honestly, what's really annoying is I have to hunt down. I don't. Oh my god. Apparently. Losing those subs though kind of sucks. But we really needed. That was great.
Low power. Trying to get like in here, but can't really build wins like effectively. Hey, wait, probably. A lot of metal. I'm gonna put down an I need it. Oh, that sucked. Don't want to.
Okay, actually survive there. That's really great. Maybe a little. Okay, got him. Gotta get some. Work home. Okay, we do have a lot of units. Gotta keep scouts. Lovely. Try to push. Oh, but she. Okay, well, that. Send out these. I think they can. They honestly can't really.
Aircraft spotted.
Oh no. Oh. but this is not good. Oh, good game. Not watching my commander, I lose. What time is it? It's 10:50. That sucks. Oh my gosh. What a disaster. That was funny. That was a good game. No, actually, that was deceiving because although Victoria did have all that metal, she was about to lose all of it. And she won it. Look, I produced 8,000 more metal than her, actually. But yeah, I think that will be the end of the stream. That was a really fun game. Thank you everyone for tuning in, for playing. It was very fun, and I'll see you all next time. Who are we gonna raid? Raid stealth for sure. For sure. How do we raid? I forget. Here we go. All right, we have stealth. I'll raid him. All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Uh, those were some good games. Thank you all for playing, and I will. Bye bye.